Hallo Freunde! Today I want to answer the question, do Germans celebrate Halloween? Well, the answer is, yeah, kind of. Some Germans do celebrate Halloween, not all of them. And it's not super common to celebrate Halloween, but it's getting ever more popular as time goes on. So right now about 1 in 10 would celebrate with maybe decorations or dressing up, trick-or-treating, but about half of the Germans consider Halloween to just be an American holiday. And 2/3 of them do definitely find that it's commercialized. And that's true. I mean, costumes and candy, they're a huge industry in Germany around Halloween, and it's growing. So they're right about that. Trick-or-treating is not common everywhere, but you do get areas where it's common and has been going on for a very long time, especially places where lots of Americans live. So people who are expats, they have expatriated from the United States and now they live in Germany, but they still bring their American culture with them. Those places are going to have lots of people who celebrate Halloween. They put out pumpkins, jack-o'-lanterns, they decorate their house, they leave the lights on at night on Halloween, and they let neighborhood children come and get candy there. So if the children are trick-or-treating, they will knock on the door and they will say, Süßes oder Saures, sweet or sour. So this is a little bit different in German. Sauer has a bunch of different meanings. So the full phrase would be Süßes, something sweet, oder sonst gibt's Saures, or else there will be something sour or something devious, right? So in German, it's definitely a veiled threat when you do the full thing, Süßes oder sonst gibt's Saures. I think that trick-or-treat in the US also is a veiled threat, but sometimes people interpret it the other way, like give me a trick or give me a treat. I think that it's more like I'll trick you unless you give me a treat, but that's something different. Okay, so in the US, we've seen a trend over the last decades where scary costumes used to be completely the norm, and maybe some children wouldn't be as scary with their costumes, but really scary was the main thing with Halloween, and now it's shifting. So a lot of times you see Halloween costumes that aren't scary at all. Princesses and Mario and robots and pumpkins and stuff. All that has become part of the Halloween in the US that is just not really scary. It's just about dressing up and having a costume. Well, in Germany, it's not like that because they have a different holiday, Fasching or Carnival, and for that holiday, they already dress up in these fun costumes. And so it doesn't make sense to have 2 holidays with just whatever costumes you want. It makes sense to have one with the fun holiday costumes and another with scary ones. So scary costumes in Germany are the norm, and you don't get the more fun, bubbly ones. It just doesn't happen as much. So children will wear costumes. They'll go around and trick or treat. You would never wear costumes like at work if you were an adult, you're going to work. That's not going to be something that a German would ever do. And while it might be tolerated if an American does it, you're probably not going to feel very comfortable doing that when no one else is dressing up anyway. So in Germany, there are cultural influences that kind of change the way that they celebrate. So in any holiday, you're going to get lots of regional variation, right? So you get places like Schmargendorf, I'm not making that up, a place in Berlin where a lot of American expats live. Those places might have trick-or-treating and it's totally part of the culture. It's totally what they consider to be, their German culture. But then there might be a different town somewhere else in Germany where they would never trick-or-treat and they think that you're kind of crazy if you do. And it seems like a totally foreign holiday to them. So you get that regional variation with lots of different customs and traditions in Germany, but usually it's more like variations on a theme. Whereas this one, because it was imported from the United States, it's like, do you do it or do you not? Even so, you get more German-like activities that go along with Halloween than you would in the US. So like baked goods. Germans celebrate pretty much any holiday with special baked goods that they would have. You can buy them at the Bäckerei. But in the US, maybe you find cupcakes. There you'll find the things that they would always have at a holiday, like some kind of bread. It's a holiday bread. That's fine. That's just how they celebrate. So you get those little adaptations to German culture, which is really interesting. But you also get bigger ones. So, for example, going to the disco in Germany, going out at night. This kind of like partying culture starts at 16 because the drinking age is lower there. They can go out as young adults and go to clubs and party and stuff, and that's totally normal. So you'll get Halloween themes at the disco, the nightclub. I don't know, it's kind of hard to call it a nightclub because that seems like definitely a bar in the US, but you wouldn't have 16-year-olds at a bar, so it's kind of complicated. We'll just call it the disco because that's what they're called. So in a disco, you would have like Halloween themes for drinks and dancing and all that stuff. And Halloween is really an excuse for grown-ups to party in Germany. So you'll find Halloween parties, just, you know, people who are throwing them at their houses. You'll find them at amusement parks and stuff like that. But it's either like party for adults or maybe kids trick or treat. But there isn't as pervasive a Halloween spirit in Germany for sure. So when you're talking about trick-or-treating in Germany, I think there's a few key words you really need to know. One phrase that you should know is Süßes oder Saures, trick-or-treat. And then the other one is the verb. So for going trick-or-treating, you would say die Häuser ziehen, like to go around the houses. So you would say something like Wir ziehen die Häuser. We're going trick-or-treating. And that's all you need to know about how Germans celebrate Halloween. Vielen Dank und bis zum nächsten Mal.